Okay. Good morning. We're going to call the, September 3rd Stormwater Management to order. Quick roll call, please.
Here. Here.
I can't hear. Okay, I will entertain a motion to make member Guston a member of the committee for purposes of quorum. Almost second by member Garcia. All in favor?
Aye.
A quorum of the members is physically present now. I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present due to personal illness or disability, employment purposes, or business of the board, family, or other emergency or unexpected child obligations to participate via video or teleconference. To a motion. Member Garcia, second by member Evans. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, welcome, gentlemen. We'll move on to public comment. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person, unless you're Kay. Good morning, Kay. How about you? Or Bev?
Good morning. Is this on?
Yep.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Yep, Bev's here and Catherine and Carol. So good morning to everybody. Just wanted to tell you we have several workshops coming up in September. 2 are on toxins hiding in plain sight in your home, trying to educate people where hazardous waste should go, not in the landfill and not down your drain to protect water quality. So we have 2 of those. We have an outdoor composting workshop coming up. And I wanted you to know that this year, because Halloween is the first Saturday after Halloween is November 2nd. A lot of towns are going to be choosing November 9th for their pumpkin smash. So we've got the 2nd and the 9th. There'll be 2 dates for pumpkin smash composting this year. So it'll be a little confusing, I think, but that way we can meet a lot of people's needs. Thank you.
Me too, Kay. Pumpkin smash the old days. Dave and I just would. Move on to chairman's report. Chairman's report today. Just want to thank staff for everything. We're getting into that rainy season, so it's things are always. I'll move on to item number 5. Minutes. Do I have a motion to approve 24-2134? Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, claims. By motion on the claims report 24-2320. Member Guston, seconded by member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to staff reports. Staff report. Oh, how's that better? Okay.
100% better.
Got a face for radio, so. Item 7, staff reports. Any questions on staff reports? No? Well, to me, it's going to go fast without members to start here. It's really quickly. Just want to thank staff. I see, again, continually a lot of spill reports, so we might have to make sure we have enough stuff on order so we have our people can get out and respond. So I appreciate their efforts. Okay, is there a motion to receive and place on file staff reports? Moved by member Guston, second by member Brummel. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or passes. Item 8, presentation, Lacey Creek Watershed Plan draft. You know, I didn't sleep last night. Rob, getting for here. So take it away.
All right. Good morning and welcome to the presentation for the Lacey Creek Watershed Plan. My name is Rob Covey and I'm a senior project engineer in Stormwater. Included in our project team was our consultant V3, who partnered with county staff on this plan. Next slide, please. Lacey Creek is located in the east central part of the county, highlighted on this slide in yellow. The watershed is a little under 5 square miles in size and generally drains from east to west. It is one of several significant tributaries to the East Branch DuPage River. Lacey Creek consists of the main stem channel along with 8 smaller tributaries, which are lettered A through H. The watershed plan took into account the main stem channel along with all of these tributaries. Next slide, please. The primary stakeholders for this watershed included the communities of Downers Grove, Lombard, and Oak Brook, as well as unincorporated DuPage County. Other stakeholders included the DuPage County Division of Transportation, DuPage County Forest Preserve District, the Morton Arboretum, as well as Midwestern University. 2 stakeholder meetings were previously held with primary landowners, as well as significant partners in the watershed planning process. The purpose of the stakeholder meetings was to gather data and fully understand any problem areas within the watershed, and to investigate and collaborate on any proposed alternatives and solutions. Similar to other watershed plans developed by our department, the goals of the plan included the following: mitigate the effects of urbanization on stormwater drainage, reduce damages caused by flood events, maintain or improve water quality in our streams, and protect the function of all special management areas. Next slide, please. After gathering of data and information from all stakeholders and research by our consultant, a total of 5 different problem areas were identified. The first and most prominent problem area is the significant and frequent road overtopping at Highland Avenue. Problem area number 2 involves the overtopping of Sterling Road and severe yard and area flooding issues. Area 3, located downstream of the tollway, involves the overtopping of an access road to the Downers Grove Sanitary District lift station. Problem area number 4 was located along tributary D and involves severe erosion and property loss along the stream channel. The 5th and final problem area outlined is related to an undersized storm sewer, which is immediately downstream of the Downers Grove wetland bank. There were also a total of 3 critical facilities that were identified during the stakeholder meetings as being affected by flooding in the watershed. These are shown as the yellow stars here on the map. Advocate Good Samaritan Hospital, Downers Grove Fire Station number 3, as well as the Downers Grove Sanitary District lift station. The county used our typical hydrologic, hydraulic, and economic models for this watershed plan, which included HSPF, FEQ, and the DEC 2 economic model. Primary damages in this watershed are due to overtopping of roads, resulting in detours, traffic delays, and impacts to critical facilities. Next slide, please. Problem area number 1 involves the overtopping of the roadway pavement at Highland Avenue. The flooded roadway, highlighted in yellow on this slide, and likely road closure results in severe impacts to the nearby Good Samaritan Hospital, as well as the Downers Grove Fire Station. One of the first alternatives looked at was to increase the size of the roadway culverts at Highland Avenue, therefore increasing conveyance. Unfortunately, the road overtopping at Highland Avenue is not controlled by the culverts located there, but the restrictive channel, shown in purple on this slide, and the restrictive downstream culverts, which are shown in green on this slide. Additional alternatives were looked at by increasing the downstream culvert sizes and improving downstream channel conveyance, but all of these options had minimal impact to the road overtopping at Highland Avenue. Ultimately, the recommended solution included raising a section of the roadway for a length of about 1,200 feet, as well as providing a 9-foot wide by 3.5-foot high box culvert to convey extreme flows. Compensatory storage for this option would also be required. Lyman Woods, a critical wetland located just upstream of Highland Avenue, would also be a careful consideration in any design and permitting of road improvements. The estimated cost of this solution here is $2.82 million, which includes design, engineering, permitting, construction, and contingency. Next slide, please. Problem area number 2 was evaluated to reduce flooding in the area between 37th Street and 39th Street. The primary issue related to this problem area was discovered to be a significantly undersized driveway culvert along Sterling Road. The recommended alternative includes the replacement of the existing driveway culvert with a larger 36-inch diameter culvert. To counter downstream issues resulting from the increase in conveyance here, storage volume could be provided on a nearby county-owned parcel. Possibly up to 2 acre-feet of effective stormwater storage could be provided for this area. The alternative would reduce Sterling Road overtopping and further reduce the amount of flooding to surrounding properties. Approximate total cost for this alternative is $800,000. Next slide, please. Problem area number 3 involves the road overtopping of an access road to the Downers Grove Sanitary District lift station, which is located just downstream of the tollway. Flood depths between 1 and 3 feet for a length of over 800 feet occur along the access road during severe storm events. The lift station itself does not flood, but vehicle and maintenance access is cut off to the lift station during flood events. The recommended solution here is to raise the access road for a length of about 900 feet, replace 2 nearby road culverts, and construct 2 new overland flow swales. Total expected cost for the improvements at problem area number 3 is $2.33 million. This recommendation would also require coordination between property owners in this area, which includes the Morton Arboretum, the Forest Preserve District, and Commonwealth Edison. Next slide, please. Problem area number 4 is located along tributary D between Virginia Street and Morton Avenue. This problem area is subject to severe stream erosion and loss of property, leading to water quality impairments. Any stream bank restoration at this location should result in a maximum bank steepness of 3:1. Depending on the full project scope, compensatory storage may be required for this solution. Stream bank stabilization at this location was also recommended in the East Branch DuPage River Water Quality Plan. Estimated cost of improvements here are just over $2 million. Next slide, please. The 5th and final problem area that was investigated included the street flooding that occurs near 40th Street and Glendenning. This area includes the Downers Grove Wetland Bank, which has a tributary area of over 168 acres. The Downers Grove Wetland Bank has been classified as critical, which will add to the complexity of any required permits at this location. The storm sewer immediately downstream of the wetland bank was determined to be undersized, which causes water to accumulate to significant depths in the wetland area and leads to flooding of adjacent roadways. The recommendation for this area includes the replacement of the downstream storm sewer, increasing the size from 15-inch diameter to 21 inches. By upsizing this storm sewer, it would match the capacity of other storm sewers further downstream along this tributary. Estimated cost is $1.45 million. Next slide, please. In summary, the plan recommendations include the following. At Area 1, raise Highland Avenue to eliminate road overtopping and maintain traffic and access to critical facilities. At Area 2, replace the private driveway culvert adjacent to Sterling Road with a larger culvert and provide stormwater storage on a nearby county-owned parcel. At problem area 3, raise the access road to the sanitary district lift station and replace 2 roadway culverts. Problem area 4, provide stream bank stabilization to address erosion and eliminate loss of property. And at area number 5, replacement of the storm sewer immediately downstream of the Downers Grove Wetland Bank. Other ancillary projects being recommended in the plan include vegetation improvements at Lyman Woods, creation of additional stormwater storage throughout the watershed, water quality improvements throughout the watershed, and replacement of all failing CMP culverts. It is also worth noting that the projects recommended in the plan are not funded, and we are not obligated to complete any recommended projects. However, the plan provides the county or other stakeholders the opportunity to move forward with federal or state grant applications for any of these improvements. Next slide, please. With your approval, staff is requesting to open a 30-day public comment period for the plan. A public meeting will also be scheduled where the plan and recommendations will be presented. After the 30-day public comment period, staff will develop a formal comment response document as well as make any necessary changes to the watershed plan. Both of these documents would then be brought back to Stormwater Committee for final approval. Next slide. And at this time, I can answer any questions you might have.
I
Go ahead, Patty.
apologize. Yeah, I'm a novice at this, so excuse my ignorance. So the road modification for the Downers Grove system plant is, who owns the road? Does the county own the road, or does the village own the road? And is there a way we could have an intergovernmental conversation about what gets done and then the cost of it, and maybe cost share? Or
yeah, you're talking about the lift station downstream of the tollway. Yeah, the actual road, I think, spans several properties. ComEd actually has a large easement in that area. And then as well as there might be a piece on the Morton Arboretum property, as well as Forest Preserve property. So there are a number of properties that kind of come together right in that area. So who actually owns the road, I'm not sure if it's owned by whoever's property it's on, or if the lift station, the sanitary district, has some sort of agreement maybe already, that I'm not sure about.
yeah, because I was just wondering if there's a cost share kind of program. Obviously we'll look for grants, but okay, that was it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we pay for the funding to set up the watershed plan. Once the watershed plan's approved, like Rob had said, this opens the door then for us to seek federal and state funding for it, and then partner with municipalities or townships or the Forest Reserve like we have in the past, where we've been very successful on, sharing the costs on these watershed plans. Member Kajewski.
Thank you. Well, I don't think the property owner owns the road. Municipality or the county. I think you may have been referring, was it Highland Street that's being raised 1,200 feet?
Yeah, I think maybe we're talking about two different things. So yeah, that's also Highland Avenue.
Yeah, but I think Highland is
that's a county road there.
County road there.
Yes.
And with regards to that area and number one, have we talked to the village of Downers Grove about this already?
Yes.
And then I think the Park District, for whatever reasons, owns that or is responsible, at least they were 15 years ago, responsible for the stream bank stabilization all the way through Downers, through Lyman Woods. And I know this goes back years ago, it was like $3 or $4 million for the Park District just to shore up the stream banks. They still have jurisdiction on that, or that's still their responsibility?
You want me to take that, Rob?
Sure.
So first of all, to formalize your question, the Highland Avenue is owned by the Division of Transportation, and we have worked with the Division of Transportation, and Downers Grove was all part of our stakeholder meeting. So they've been involved in all of our meetings and have provided extensive comments on the plan already. Moving on to discussion on Lyman Woods. Lyman Woods is owned by Downers Grove Park District, and so they would be responsible for maintaining those stream banks. With this watershed plan and the previous East Branch DuPage River watershed plan being approved, they could go forward with possible grant funding for assistance with that stream stabilization.
Have they, I mean, I think this goes back like 15 years ago, they were supposed to be doing that stream bank. Did they ever do that? Or have they done any work on stabilizing?
I don't believe so.
The Park District did notify us at one of the stakeholder meetings that they have done some work in that Lyman Woods area, but there's actually there's more that they still want to do.
Of course, I mean, they're just a Park District, and somehow many moons ago, they got stuck with Lyman Woods in a county village Park District agreement to be the one that's supposed to maintain it, and they're probably the least one, whatever, it's the responsibility, didn't have the money, so it's never been taught. And hence, I mean, that area is very bad. So, I mean, the solution's good, but that road is shut down, and that's kind of the major arterial artery through north-south. And when that thing floods, it's down for a couple of days.
Sure, and that's why that was that was the driving force of this watershed plan, was analyzing Highland Avenue.
And the hospital is right there.
Yes.
Which makes it a little different.
Okay. Any other? Hi, Member Desart. You take a question?
Good morning. No, I don't have a question. I just have a comment. I think it needs to be said how fantastic our staff is. A lot of us know that already, but my expectation is when I have comments or questions over the weekend that they'll be answered the first, work day of the week. But Sarah, I had comments and questions about this specific item, and she answered my email on Labor Day. So thank you, or get a life. I'm just joking. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I think thank you is better, but that's good. Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Rob. We appreciate it. Great presentation. I'll move on to action items. Number 9, is there a motion on 24-2291, request to open Lacey Creek Watershed Plan public comment period? Moved by member Desart, second by member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. For next item, I am going to relinquish the throne to our vice chair, member Brummel. I'm going to step out.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm looking for a motion on 24-2303, recommendation for the approval of a contract amendment to Christopher B. Burke Engineering Limited to provide professional engineering services as needed for stormwater management for a contract total not to exceed $24,500. Professional services in compliance with the Illinois Local Government Professional Services Selection Act 50, ILCS 510/@SEEK, vetted through the qualification-based selection process, architects, engineers, and land surveyors. Do I have a motion? And the seconder? Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Great work. Very efficient. Thank you very much. Is there a motion on 24-2304, amendment to resolution issued to Earthworks Land Improvement Development Corporation for Country Club Highlands Phase 2 Drainage Improvement Project Stormwater Management to increase the contract, the amount of $153,653.58, the amount not to exceed $2,853,7758. My member to start, second by member Garcia. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Motion on SMP 23-24, approval of contract usage of Conservation Foundation for professional education services for the period of September 10th, 2024 through September 30th, 2025 for stormwater management, the amount not to exceed $77,000. Moved by member Garcia, seconded by member Guston. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Can I have a motion on SMR 4-24, acceptance of Faywell Dam Saddle Dike license agreements? Garcia, second by member Evans. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Move on to item 10, discussion. Any discussion? The budget, has it changed?
Not substantially. The funding request has not changed. The budget is essentially the same. We are working with the finance department on reviewing the individual lines. Some items are moving around by the line, but the overall budget request has not changed at this point. Once it is finalized, I will send it out to the committee so they have the final budget. Obviously, having municipal members, we need them to have approval and review of it before the final budget is approved.
Any questions? I mean, we don't need money. We can just flood. That's fine. Okay. Any old business? Yes, member.
Available for like the alternative 1, 2, 3 for grant applications. Two things. One, before you submit the grant application, do you usually get participation from stakeholders? Say we have, because I think it helps your grant, right? If you have multiple. So do you have initial discussions with them first before grant? And then who takes the lead on the grant application? In that particular case, would it be the county, the village, our district?
Typically who takes the lead who would own the project when it's all said and done. So that's usually the landowner. For example, and one of the alternatives, it was create a comp storage basin or a storage basin on one of the county owned properties. We're already looking at a grant for that, the possibility of a grant for that. We would own it, but we would be the lead on the grant application, but we would also work with the Village of Downers Grove on that grant application.
And then like alternative 1 would be the county also because it's our road.
Division of Transportation. Yes.
The county. So you can go and talk to Chairman Ozak. Any other old business? Any new business? No. Hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved by Member Dussart, second by Member Gus, and all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.